Hello there, fellow human. I want to talk about anxiety today. And before you go thinking, if you don't know me already, this is just another person who's going to speak about anxiety. Why should I listen to this guy? Let me just tell you that I'm 27. When I was 24, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And I spent a full 2 years living every day, always wondering if I was going to die that very second. It was impossible to not think about death, and that caused the most fear you could ever imagine. Besides that, after I had to go raise 250,000 euros to take this thing out of my brain, and the day I had to set up a fundraiser, I had to swallow my ego and ask the whole world to raise 250,000 euros just to save my life. I was just an unimportant human alongside however many billion of them, and I had to ask for that many people to help me. Besides that, at one point in my life, I sat on an operating table and I let a human shake my hand and tell me that he was going to cut open my brain and that there might be a good chance that I won't wake up. Besides that, I've spent 2 years since then recovering from that hole in my head, recovering from all of that trauma. So trust me when I say I understand what anxiety is and I understand what fear is. And you should listen to me for the next 5 minutes or so while I speak about the subject, because I feel like there's just so many people on this planet at the moment that don't have enough information about this, and that will listen to doctors a lot of the time and just numb the pain rather than deal with it from the core. So I suppose let's start at the very beginning and break it down as to what anxiety actually is. These are all my own opinions. I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you exactly what these things are. I'm dealing with my personal experience. And from what I've read, anxiety is your body's natural response to fear. A long time ago, before all of these social constructs were created and this little rat race began, humans' only job was to survive. You wake up every morning, you'd find a drink, you make fire, you pick up food, you live. If a dangerous animal runs around the corner, a lion, a bear, whatever it is, another human with a stick in his hand, your body's natural response is to immediately fear, fight or flight. Your heart speeds up, your brain starts to ravel 100 miles an hour, you go running every corner, everywhere, just to get away. Now, fast forward however many years and you're here now, your anxiety is ramping up. It's a natural response to your mind, constantly bringing up thoughts about the future, bringing up thoughts about the past. It doesn't have to be a tumor in your brain. It can be anything. It can be the bill you haven't been able to pay for the last couple of weeks. It can be literally anything that can cause your anxiety to spike. I don't even like the word anxiety anymore. It's just been thrown around like the word love. Oh, I love you. This person's anxious. Anxiety. It's just you're afraid of something, essentially. And let's work on how to deal with that. We've gotten through what it actually is now. How do we deal with this anxiety? How do we deal with your mind rapidly racing, with your heart building up, with you not understanding what's about to happen to you? I'll give you a funny story. My first ever panic attack was with my friends, and I had numbness from a brain tumor, and I thought that I had a ball tumor, something wrong with my testicle, and I ran into the bathroom, had a cold shower, screamed at my friends. I was like, someone touch it, freaking out. Like, anxiety will make you do anything. There's a bee. He's gone now. How do we deal with it? First of all, let's gain some knowledge. Let's read as much as we can about anxiety. I'll actually link one of my favorite books in the description of this video. And also, while we're here, why don't you give it a like and a subscribe? I'm going to link that book. It's called Wherever You Go, There You Are, and it's a mindfulness meditation book. Things that I use to deal with anxiety on a daily basis, which I still go through. A cold shower every morning, because there's your fight or flight response building up straight away. Your body reacts to the cold water, you freak out, you start breathing. You breathe. You learn how to cope with the anxiety, and that gets you through your first wave of anxiety in the morning. It wakes you up. It brings you back to life. It's a natural process that animals do every morning if you watch them. Well, wild animals, not dogs and cats. They don't do it. On from there, what do I do? Not on a regular basis all the time, I guess, but as much as I can. I like to meditate 10 to 15 minutes when I get the chance. If things are getting on top of me, all you need to do is sit down and breathe. Listen to your breath, just be in the moment. Stop listening to your mind racing and causing anxiety to build. Apart from that, think about what you're putting into your body. Now, I still put bad things into my body, don't get me wrong, but think about what there's going in there. Your alcohol, whatever it is, bad food, sugar, Your body's response to these things is negative. It brings down your serotonin levels. It brings down everything that your body balances out to keep anxiety at bay. Some things that are negative that go into your body will bring your body's ability to fight that anxiety away. Just be aware of it. You don't have to stop it, but balance is key. What else have we got? Drink all of the water you can. Constantly drink as much water as possible. It's very, very important. Everything in your body needs water to move. And trust me when I say this, when I get panicky and my breath starts to go, a couple of pints of water brings me right back down. I don't really have too much else to say here. Knowledge is power. Gain knowledge. I suppose at the very end of this, I'd like to say, if you're going to go to your doctor and you're panicking and you think you're going to have a heart attack or whatever it is, and your doctor tells you, look, we can put you on this medication and it'll bring you right down. It might be Xanax, it might be Valium, it might be another form of relaxer. I'm not going to tell you that that's wrong. I'm not going to tell you that it won't work, because I personally, I'm against it and I won't do it. I feel like it numbs you to the fact that that's happening in your body, rather than you dealing with it from the core and learning how to adapt to it every day. It's not something I can vouch for, because again, I'm not a doctor, but maybe have a think about trying to deal with it yourself before you go and surrender to medication that was built in a lab. Maybe you go to a health shop and you find some holistic therapies, some plant-based products, CBD, a fantastic thing. Thank you for listening to this video. Apologies for getting so heated about it, but it's just something that I really want to get out there. Again, I have a YouTube channel. If you're following it, give me a like. If you're not following it, give me a subscribe. Thank you so much for your help today, and go have a good day. Thank you.